How are you different? How do you stand out? Why does someone choose you versus choosing someone else? That is when you build a personal brand that's audacious as fuck, that's magnetic, that's memorable, that stands out from everyone else. That's when you start attracting everything that you desire. The most audacious person always wins. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you're willing, if you are brave, if you are confident enough to go after what you desire, to be nervous, to be scared, to be questioning, second guessing, fearful even, but moving anyways, you will always win. And that is actually what is required if you want to make big impact, if you want to build an incredible business, if you want to stand out from the crowd, if you want to build an unforgettable, unmissable personal brand for yourself, you have to have audacity. And so in today's episode, we're going to talk about building a standout personal brand while utilizing audacity to do so, which means you're scared as hell, but you're doing it anyway. And literally, it is how I've done everything. I am constantly, and I've said it on the podcast, scared, nervous, feeling all the feels. Right now, stuff is happening in my business that is so exciting, and I'm so nervous about it. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I want to throw up. Like, I've got that weird nervous energy in my stomach that could feel like anxiety or could feel like excitement, nerve-sightedness, we call it. That's what I have right now. And if I'm honest, 99% of the time, that's how I feel. People see me as the queen of confidence and everything's amazing. It's not. I am nervous. I am scared. I'm petrified most times. But I know that I'm moving towards the thing that I want and that this feeling is actually normal. And that's what it feels like to build an audacious, unapologetic personal brand. And that's what today's episode is about. Do you like my little queen magnet on my hat? If you're watching this, I got this in Texas because I bought a big old hat. Last episode, I had it on. It's a bit huge. She's back there now. But I love this. It was like a little magnet. Oh my God, stop. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to share this today because I'm running a masterclass. And I always, if you've ever seen me speak, if you've ever come to any of my workshops, my masterclasses, my live events, they are never the same. Yes, the title could be the same. Yes, it seems like the content could be the same. However, I'm not the same person. I guarantee you're not the same person coming. And I constantly am upgrading and changing my content, my slides, my events. I think it's so important to continue to shift and change and bring you new content and new information. And I've talked on this podcast before about the audacity to be seen. And I've talked on this podcast about how to build a personal brand. I've talked a lot about personal brand, but I have not talked about both together. And that's what this episode is about. And I wanted to share that because when I think about what I do and who I help, and what the difference that I provide in the world is, I truly believe I am that big sister who is slapping you around with love, reminding you of your power, reminding you who you are, reminding you that there is nothing wrong, that you are incredible as you are, that you need to show up, that it's going to be scary and it's going to feel terrible until you get used to it. And you actually will then see that the scary, weird, uncomfortable, fearful feeling is you actually moving towards what you want. Then you get what you want and now you're comfortable, AKA confident in what you want and who you are. And you don't care about the opinion of others because you literally went after what you desired because you were brave enough to do the scary stuff that's uncomfortable. In a nutshell, okay? I feel like that's what I do for women. So when I was thinking about personal brand in our masterclass that I ran 2-3 months ago, so popular. I've run it twice already. It's the third time we're going to run the personal brand masterclass. I was like literally last night at 11 p.m. texting the team, hey guys, we're going to change the name. It's going to be called Audacious Personal Brand. Why Audacious Personal Brand? Because if you think about it, every opportunity, everything that you desire starts with you being audacious, with you having the audacity, the cojones, right? The oomph, the damn, who do you think you are-ness to make it happen. You have to apply. You have to pitch yourself. You have to ask somebody. You have to DM somebody. You have to speak. You have to put yourself forward. You have to create the content. You got to push record, raise your hand, stand out. You got to say yes. You got to show up. Like all of that happens through audacity, through number one, believing that you can have what you want. Number two, not only believing it, but taking the action required to move towards it. Now, I want to be honest, and a lot of people don't talk about it. This is why I wrote my first book, Confidence Feels Like Shit, the truth about confidence and what it really takes to create it. Because the truth is, audacity is not carefree. Audacity doesn't come with no skid marks in your undies. Audacity doesn't come easily to people. It is so hard. It is you fighting yourself. It is you going against the grain. It is you questioning, second guessing, but moving your feet forward anyway. It's you sweating from your armpits. It's you inner talk being like, no, we can't do this. We can't do this. What are you doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Literally, look at me when I tell you every single stage that I'm going to jump on, literally 5-10 minutes before I get on, every single time, TEDx especially, everything meaningful that I'm about to do, I am sweating internally. My heart rate is up. I either did a spiritual poo or will do one after, usually right before. I am nervous / excited, nerve-sided. I am feeling all the feels every time. Hear me when I tell you, it does not go away because I care, because I'm like, oh my God, I hope I do a good job. Have I prepared? Hell yeah. That's why I'm there. If not, I would literally leave. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm going home. And I've thought about it. What if I don't jump on the stage? What if I just walk out the back door? Do you think they'll notice? What if I just left? I've thought about this crazy stuff. You think I haven't? Of course I have. But every time my foot hits the stage, every time I open the door and walk into the meeting that I'm scared to do, every time Zoom room, Gary Vee enters and I let him in, every time I'm like, boom, let's go. Because up until the moment of me doing the thing, I am so nervous. And the audacity comes well before the thing is here. The audacity is, yeah, I dream all my dreams. Yeah, I would love to have that. No. I believe I can have that. You know what? Not only do I believe, I'm going to go after that. Not only am I going to go after that, I'm going to go after that unapologetically. Not only am I going to do that, I'm going to prepare myself like I'm the best in the world. I'm going to tell myself I'm the best. I'm going to show up as the expert. I'm going to keep showing up even when I fall flat on my face. I'm going to go after a bigger dream. I'm going to keep leveling myself up. Nobody needs to push Erica. Erica pushes herself enough. And I have ambition because I want to impact. I say it, Tony Robbins impact. Y'all know. If you've been listening to my show, you know that I love Tony Robbins and I love the impact that he's done. I want that level of impact and then some. And for women. So you think I'm not going to be nervous and scared? Like I know the day when they're like, right, you want to meet Tony Robbins? I'm going to vomit. I'm going to throw up and then be like, hello, Mr. Robbins. Like, oh, shit. Like I'm going to be dead. I will die. Like I almost died when I met Gary Vee. I almost died when I met Byron Katie. Like two people that I have loved for so long. What's going to happen with Tony? Me voy a morir. That's it. And then I'm done. Like I have nothing else after that. Like who else? What else do I dream? Right? So I'm sharing this because when you hear the word audacity, you think about maybe the definition, which is like fearless, shamelessness, arrogance, boldness, bravery, right? Like you're confident. You're daring, all these beautiful words that feel like, oh yeah, that's what audacity is. It's like, no, audacity is actually, I think you're nervous, but you want to go after this thing. So when I did my TEDx, I called somebody. I was so nervous. I've never called this person in my life. I picked up the damn phone and I called somebody. I was like, I desire applying for the TEDx. And they told me, yep, when the application's open, you apply. I was like, cool, shit, I can't believe I did that. I said it in front of my whole class, in front of my teacher. I signed up for the workshop that he was doing around future self and what you want. And I pretended and did it with him and did my TEDx as my thing. Literally a month later, I got my TEDx. When I did the deal with Penguin and they were like, yeah, we'll meet with Erica. They're in Sydney, I'm in Melbourne. And they were like, we'll do a Zoom. I'm like, hell no, I'm getting on a plane. I'm buying a flight. I'm going to pay for a hotel night. I wanted to throw up on myself when I met my publisher, or at the time she wasn't my publisher, but my hopefully publisher to be. Like I was nervous. That was audacity. Gary Vee, audacity, like speaking internationally, all of it has required audacity. And when you're building a personal brand that stands out and that means something and that is unique to you, you will need to be audacious, meaning you will need to put yourself forward. You will need to shoot your shot. You will need to put yourself out there. You will need to share things. You will need to feel vulnerable. Like all that is coming for you. And audacious people are scared, okay? Just letting you know. We're nervous, we're scared, but we know what it takes. We know the dream that we have. We know who we're meant to be, and we will not take no for an answer. And so we're not better than anybody else. Audacious people are not better than other people. They're just willing to follow up with their delusionalness. They're willing to follow up with their big ass, crazy, impossible, air quotes, dreams. They're like, no, I'm making this shit possible. I'm going to be the one to make it happen. You're still scared, but you pitch, you move, you make it happen. You put yourself forward. You say yes before you are ready. You sell the offer before the offer is created. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, okay, now we better do this. Now we have to make it happen. And I want to tell you that when you're trying to build a personal brand, by the way, you already have one. So let's talk about that. You already have a personal brand. I don't know if you like your personal brand. I don't know if you like being the shy, quiet one who never shows up on social media and ghosts everyone. I don't know if you like being the one that compares herself. I don't know if you like being the invisible one. I don't know if you like being the fake one. I don't know. Whatever personal brand you've built for yourself that you actually haven't actively done, that's what your brand is out there in the world. The shy one, the quiet one, the one that ghosts her audience, the one that never shows up, the one that keeps the peace, the people pleaser, all that jazz. I'm like, when you say I want to build my personal brand, you take charge and you decide the way your brand looks, your reputation, who you are, your values, what you believe in, the boundaries that you carry, who you are as a person, the opinions, your experience, your story, all of that. And I believe when you step into Audacity to create your personal brand, that's when you start attracting the right people, the right opportunities straight directly to you. You cut through like never before because you are tiene los cojones. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show up. I'm going to make it happen. I am nervous. I am scared, but we're not doing this. I got this far. And if it's planted in your heart, please. And I want to tell you that when you are playing it safe and when you're not stepping into your audacity, what happens is the opportunities that you desire, the brand that you want to build, the clients that you want to attract, it costs you not being able to reach them. It costs you not being able to build the business, the impact that you came here to build. Another thing, when you're audacious, you're magnetic because your delusionalness is contagious. You believe it so much that other people are like, oh my God, I'm in your vision. Yes, girl, I'll see that for you. People get excited about you. People get attracted to that. People want to follow courageous people. People want to be a part of the impact that you're building. And think about all the people that you admire in your life, all the leaders, all the incredible people that you're like, oh my God, this person's amazing. They didn't wait till they were ready. They just showed up. Maybe you didn't see their becoming or their behind the scenes. That's why I like to share as much as I can. And I recommend you do the same. But like everybody's nervous. Everybody has things going for them. We show up anyway. And like I said, your personal brand is your reputation and it's built by one brave decision at a time. Okay. It's not just, your fonts and your colors and your logos. Yes. Part of my personal brand is pink. Of course it is. But it's also that I give a loving bitch slap. And it's also that I talk really fast. And it's also that I like Bad Bunny. And it's also that I got crazy ass nails. And it's also that I don't, what I think, because I tell you, I'm super vulnerable. I've shared a lot of my story. I show up a lot. I'm not scared of the camera. I'm not scared to say my things. I don't need to be scripting everything. I don't need to read the teleprompter and be doing all that. And that's fine. If somebody needs to do that, you do you, boo. No shade. But I'm saying for me, my shit is ad lib. My shit is off the dome. I can be like, ba, 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 ba. I can be like, yes, let's go. Like, I just have that unapologeticness in my brand. And I want people to know that I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I came here to do what I came here to do. If you want to talk shit and you think you know who I am, cool. Cool story, bro. I'm going to move on and do my thing. And that freedom and that expression and that audacity and that big dreaming and that belief that I have in myself, aka self-confidence, that's magnetic. People want to follow that. People want to get around that. People are like, how do you do that? I want to build that for myself. So when you build audacity into your personal brand, you give yourself permission to go after what you want. You give yourself permission to be unapologetically you. You give yourself permission to fuck up and make mistakes. And my personal brand is this shit's going to be a hot mess. And I'm okay with that. I don't care if you're okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like, shit's going to be messy. I literally started my podcast in my fucking car with my e-tag beeping because we have no money. And my kid was in the back. I didn't ask permission for that. I was like, this is all I can do. Do what you can. People focus on what they can't do. I'm like, do what you can. That's what I could do back in the day. And I'll tell you that literally in that first month, the podcast went to like number 6 in Australia. Why? Because it was different. I wasn't trying to follow a trend. And I love a trend. Y'all, listen. Follow the trends. Yes, do that. But also find yourself. What do you want to talk about? How can you rage against the system and against the machine? Do you have to be across the algorithm doing every single thing that it says? No, you can create your own thing, especially now when it feels like everyone's doing the same shit. Everyone's talking about the same stuff. My God, how do we cut through? It's going to be you having the cojones and the willingness to cut through. You going, I don't want to do that. I don't care what other people are doing. I'm going to go left when everybody's going right. I'm going to go upside down. I'm going to go into the upside down, right? When everybody else is walking normally. Like, what can you do that goes against what everyone else is doing, that feels connected to you, that feels real for you, that is bold, that is unapologetic, that is, I'm not apologizing for my presence or the way I show up or who I am. When you do that, I'm telling you what, like the personal brands that I've seen that do that don't care about anybody else. They're just doing it for themselves. And that's who they are. It's authentic. Authenticity is real. Like, people can feel that shit. One of the top things that people tell me when they meet me, they're like, oh my God, you're so real. I'm like, who was I going to be? But it's shocking that I am so real and I'm who I am on the internet, just at home, in the kitchen, when I'm with my husband, at night, in the morning, at the doctor's office, when I'm with my team. I'm like this all the time. On the airplane, when I'm talking to strangers, I've been making friends with strangers on a long ass flight. We are best friends now. I miss that about America, by the way. But like, that's who I am. And they say that because there's so many people who aren't. And I'm like, what are we doing? Have the audacity to be who the fuck you are. If you're quiet and chill, be quiet and chill. If you like to have pink hair and wear crazy shit and sequins or whatever, do that. Don't try to change or shift yourself based off of what you think people are going to believe about you, because they already think things about you, and it's exhausting as fuck, okay? And I'm telling you right now, the category of one energy that is required for people to choose you in this crazy marketplace where it's so loud and so noisy and so distracting, and I'm just so sad that we have no attention span. It stresses me out. Like, it stresses me out that you create all this content and you make all this stuff and someone's like, whoop, next. And I go to coffee shops and I see people, and I'm myself, me too, on our phones. I can't do it. I'm just like, I'm not doing it. I feel like I'm a prisoner to my cell phone. I'm a prisoner to the mobile phone, because we're just looking and scrolling and next thing. And I'm like, that is wasting so much time of your life and we don't realize it. And so how do we cut through? Don't do the same shit. How do you become a category of one? Own something. Be willing to share your story. Be willing to share your opinion. Nobody's going to come for you. And even if they come for you, who gives a shit? They're going to write a comment. I don't agree with that. Who cares? If everybody's agreeing with you, you are boring as hell. You are vanilla. Someone is not going to like you. Who gives a fuck? Thank you. Delete, block, see you, motherfucker. You're not my person. Great. Somebody doesn't like you. It's information. It's data. They don't like your voice. They don't like your story. They don't like your style. They don't like this. Then don't fucking come here. Somebody left me a stupid ass comment. And if you're listening, pendeja, you swear too much. Yeah, bitch. I swear in my intro. I swear in the intro so that you know that I swear. You don't like it? Peace the fuck out. You're not for me. I never said I wasn't going to swear. Every episode has explicit, pendeja. Every episode. I don't give a fuck. Did that comment make me lose sleep? I laughed. I was like, I feel so sorry that you were offended about my swearing. Are you serious? This shit's entertaining. Okay, we got to do something. This is what I do. You figure something out for you. What is your thing that someone doesn't like? Have the audacity to be who you are and be in the category of one. Your story, your way, your style, your framework, the way you see the world. Tell me what it is. And guess what? It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter if they're like, she's wrong. They get to say that. But in your eyes, the way you see it is right. The way I see things is my way. I don't care what other people say. I'm not living in their world in their way. I'm living in my way. And whoever says it with the most audacity, with the most self-belief, that has it and they continue to believe it for themselves, we follow. Think about it. There's all kinds of leaders that we follow that say this is the way. And we're like, oh yeah. But then someone else will go, no, this is the way. And people follow them. Who's right or wrong? Nobody. You got to be discerning with your own shit. And if you don't have the cojones, the audacity to own that unapologetically, why should I follow you? I can't. I'm too discerning. If I don't believe you, I'm like, next, sorry, I don't believe you. So we need to do this. The women that are doing personal branding well, that are building these brands that are authentic, these brands that are values-based, they are based off of their values, who they are, what they believe. They are leaning into the audacity because they have to. We got to put ourselves out there. We got to promote ourselves. We got to share CTAs on Instagram. We got to comment this word. You want to come to my personal brand masterclass? Click the link in the show notes. Go to Instagram and comment the word brand, and I will drop you the link to the personal brand masterclass. You see what I did there? It's happening at the beginning of August. I'm running the masterclass. And yes, there'll be possibly a replay, but fuck a replay. Come live. Stop worrying about these replays. You ain't gonna watch this shit. Come live. Come live, ask questions, get coached, get supported, be around the community. I'm running this workshop August 3rd if you're in Australia, August 3rd. August 2nd if you're in Australia, it's a Sunday, which is the 1st if you're in America. And I don't know if you're in the UK, you got to work that out. But basically, we're running this masterclass because I feel like the number one thing that we're missing is the permission to be who we are, the permission to dream big, the permission to go after it, the permission to be audacious. You have to become the woman who can hold the audacity that you have, who can hold the criticism, the people who don't believe you, the people that are like, I don't like you. Who cares? Who cares? How do you become the woman that does scary things? That's what we're going to be answering. That's what I want you to come and learn with me, because the things that you want, awesome. A lot of the stuff that you want, on the way to getting it, you're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to question yourself. You're going to second guess. You're going to go through an identity fuck. You're going to be like, oh my God, what? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're going to question all of that. And the internet is going to tell you, why aren't you making it easy? It's so easy for me. The internet be lying, okay? It is nerve-wracking. I tell you as much as I can about the reality behind the business. It's nerve-wracking. Comparing yourself on social media, doom scrolling, watching other people, seeing highlight reels and feeling like a failure because nothing's going wrong for them, apparently. No, none of that's true. The reality is the road to creating audacity, the road to building a standout personal brand, the road to making more money, more impact, and having influence in your industry and becoming in a category of one is scary. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. Sign up for it. You're going to grow so much. Who you're going to become is incredible. You're not going to do it without, growing pains, without stretch marks. Of course you are. But audacity is a decision that you make. You're not born with it. It's not some trait that you didn't get. It's not something because you're extroverted or introverted. That's it. The opportunities you want on the other side, they are on the other side of the conversations you haven't been willing to have. The opportunities you want are on the other side of the scary shit that you've been avoiding. You've been avoiding it. And so let's not do that anymore, because we're going to build some vanilla, boring ass shit, copy and paste swipe file versus who are you? How are you different? How do you stand out? Why does someone choose you versus choosing someone else? That is when you build a personal brand that's audacious as fuck, that's magnetic, that's memorable, that stands out from everyone else. That's when you start attracting everything that you desire. Okay? I love you. I hope to see you there. All the details are going to be in the link in the show notes. If you miss it, we're going to do this again. Don't stress. No scarcity, no worries. Hopefully this episode was helpful for you. I do want to talk about what it takes to build Audacity. I talked a little bit about it today. It's scary. You're going to be nervous. You're going to question yourself. Your mindset needs to be on lock. You need to have the identity of the woman that does scary things. That is the answer for everything. You're going to be scared, but you can do it because you've done scary, hard things before. That's it. All right, baby. I love you. I will see you on the masterclass, and I'll see you next week.